Right, morning. So, back in Mosedale for some unfinished business. So, last time I was here was about 2 weeks ago. We headed up towards Kirk Fell and then left up into Mosedale to complete the Mosedale Horseshoe. We were in the middle of a storm, 70-mile-an-hour gusts, and we had to abandon after Pillar. So what I've come to do today is complete the rest of that horseshoe in reverse, starting with Yewbarrow, which is up there. From Scoat Fell, I'm going to head over to Steeple and then back from there. Instead of completing the whole horseshoe in reverse, I'm going to head over to Haycock, Fell, and then come back round to Seatallen and Middle Fell, which is up there. Yeah. From there, I'm going to come down and follow the road. I'll see if I can get down that beck, which looks possible from here, but you can never tell. Anyway, it's about 8 o'clock now, 0 degrees, and no wind. Yeah, so let's get cracking. Right then, starting walking along the minor road here. Up that way is Middle Fell, and that is my final peak, if all goes to plan. That way to the Scar Fells up there. So you got Ling Mill left, Scarfell Pike in the middle and Scar Fell on the right. Should get some cracking views of them later on. Yeah, there's a lot of black ice about this morning on this road. It's probably going to be the most lethal part of the trip. Yeah, really bad on there. Yeah. So we're going to head through this wood, and then we pick up a beck and head up alongside that wall and basically straight up onto the top. It's going to be a short, steep ascent. Turn, getting towards Over Beck. I'm going to take the right hand side of the beck and then start ascending up by that wall towards Bell Rib. And the sun's just coming out above the peaks over there. Absolutely stunning morning, and hopefully it's going to be a stunning day. So we've got some good weather on Sunday in Wales. So hoping for more of the same today. So yeah. See how we go here. Okay, so just crossing Over Beck, and then we're going to head off towards Yewbarrow. So it almost feels like I could have put shorts on today. It's so warm at the moment. Now the sun's come up. It's going to be colder on the tops. And so we're following this path alongside the brook, and we're going to head through the gate now. It's going to start ascending quite sharply up to Bell Rib, and a little bit of scrambling on there. So see how we get on with that. Just having a quick breather. This is a really steep path, but it's getting me good height very quickly. And this crag's sort of just looming over you the whole time, darkness. And the sun's just starting to hit it, thankfully. I'm not entirely sure about this. I think my route is slightly left and then up. I'll find out when I get there. Yeah. The closer I get to it, the less daunting it's looking, but I'm not going to take anything for granted. to get myself up there, and I've afforded myself another rest, I think. Let's push on. Oh, cracking views now there. Right, so I made it to the base of the crags. It looks like a bit of a scree gully with possibly a few short rocky steps. So see when we get a bit closer, but it doesn't look too bad from here. These cliffs are really imposing to the left here. Yeah, let's have a look, give it a go. Oh, so it looks like there's one or two ways you could go here. The pitched path goes to the right. There's also a lesser path heading over towards that scree slope. So maybe that's another, maybe easier way to go up. But I'm going to carry on following this, I think. And yeah. At the base of the first scrambling section, looks like a path goes around there. Might avoid it. Looks like it goes up to the top, but then it looks like there's more beyond. So just about to start here. I'm going to be careful though, because some of this running water down here is a bit icy. Right, time for two hands to put this camera away. So that's looking down, and I had to come out of the gully because it's quite wet in there with being on my own and literally nobody else around at the moment. I thought it'd be safe to use the path, so I'm going to head up around and just follow this. So yeah, just in a group, maybe on dry rock, but it's not too difficult. It's just really wet and slippy at the moment. So up there then, I think we're nearing the top of this rib, and then that's where the great door is. Right, so that looks like the most scrambly part done. The gully goes on that way. We're going to head up the side here and join the main ridge. Oh, some hairy bits there, some ice on the rock. Just because it's been in shadow all morning. But that should be all the difficulties done for the day. There doesn't look any snow anywhere on top. Yeah, it was a toss up between having the crampons getting in the way and catching on the rocks and stuff, or just trying to avoid the ice. And yeah, so it was like, what, 5 minutes worth. So yeah, that done now. Let's get to the summit of this one, get back in the sunshine, and whoa. Oh yeah. Wow. That is awesome. So, down to Wastwater then, and Burnmore Tarn up there. And up to Slight Side and Scarfell over that way. Oh, this looks like a nice stop for breakfast. Wow. Okay then, so that was Great Door, and we're going to head up onto the summit now. A little bit easier from here. See what we get there. So this peak really is something else. See Great Gable now over there, illuminated over to the Scarfells and over to the Screes, and down that way towards the coast. I think that's Red Pike there, I might be wrong, and Haycock and Corfell. I come around there, Seatallen, and there is Middle Fell, which is my last one.
There looks quite a few routes down this face, but I'll have a look from the top and make a decision, because there's a couple of little paths coming out there, but we don't want any dramas at the end of the day, so I'll take the easiest option I can find. Yeah, can't be far from the summit now. This one does lie to you, it really does. Down to Mosedale. I think that might be the summit cairn. We can hope. No, not quite. It's just over there. Oh, a little bit further to go. He's in there, right? Just covering the. Look at that. That's what's coating the rocks, and that's why it's so slippy. There's just a thin layer just spanning across. Wow, let's look at the pattern. Absolutely awesome. Yeah, let's get up to the top of this one, because we spent far too much time admiring things. I'm joking, you can never spend too much time admiring something. Scoat Pike, for example. Well, it's definitely a mountain of false summits. That's got to be it though. Last three rises I've come over, I thought, yep, this is it. We can see pretty much the whole route. I'll just get us over to this rise here. There we go. So that dead ahead is Pillar. And you can just see the scree slope there that we descended last time. It looks absolutely menacing. So what I might do when I get onto Scoat Fell, I might head over to Black Crag, which is just at the top of the slope coming out from Wind Gap. I'll put them all on the screen for you so you can see where they are. But that is some mountain. Now we can sort of see where we're heading now. Over to Red Pike, which is in front, Scoat Fell beyond, Steeple's at the back, which we can't see at the moment. Haycock is that one. Fell is sort of an outline one, so it depends what I'm doing for time. Seatallen and Middle Fell. And yeah, it's a big day, but I'm confident we can get it done. There's plenty of daylight. So yeah, let's stop rattling on now and get up to the top of this one. Hooey! Yewbarrow. Yewbarrow, you bastard. Superb. Well, the idea from here is then that Stirrup Crag on the end of this ridge. We're going to avoid that, head down at this little col here, and join up with the path at Doorhead there, and then up to Red Pike. A little bit of rest here, take some photos, and then head off. So then, one down, a little bit of downhill, which my legs really needed. So I think that was around 650 mark. I'll put the height on the screen when I reach the summit. The next one's up to 800 plus, and we stay at that height for quite a while now. We've got to get there first. Okay, so straight on over that lump there leads to Stirrup Crag, which is, I believe, a grade 1 scramble, so don't really want to be descending that today with all this ice around. So I'm going to take this sneaky bypass path, which will lead me down into the valley. I'm just taking a bit of care around here because there is some cliffs to the left, and the ground's frozen over this side, obviously because there's been no sun on it. So just taking my time. Right, so successfully got down from Yewbarrow. Joined up with this traverse path. It's going to take me to Doorhead. Okay then, that's looking up to Stirrup Crag. It's pretty menacing from down here. Want to come back and have a go out in the summer. I think it's just in the shade around here, which means it's that little bit of ice on the rocks. Certainly wasn't worth descending. Let's get up to here, see what the views are like down into Mosedale. Oh, there's a cracking views down into Mosedale from Doorhead. And that's where we're headed. Let's get moving. The little scrambly parts on the way up here are ace. It's been one or two. It's like this one. I thought I'd film one of them because this one's a bit more dry than the others. Yeah, just little parts so you can get your hand on the rock. It takes the effort out of your legs a little bit. From down there it looked like a boring slog, but it's been quite enjoyable, to be honest. And every now and then I'm going to look back to Yewbarrow and think, yep, making good progress. Bit of respite now then. It's not flat, but as good as. Probably the 200 metres vertical to the summit. Looks like one more steep push up ahead, although it's probably two. Oh, glorious day still. I think once the distance between these two is quite far, and then from there on I think the next three, whether I decide to go over to Black Crag or not, that'll be four, are all quite close together. Well, hopefully I'm nearing what will be the summit plateau, hopefully. So we're really starting to shout out, the wind's getting stronger, leaving a bit of snow. In fact, I think we might be there. Definitely worth a stop here. I think that'll be Scoat Fell, the next one. See how close they are now. I'm just going to check this map because I think that might be the summit. It's an impressive spot, but alas not the summit. That would be Red Pike there. So it's a little bit further to go. Cracking view from here though. There's 2 minutes to name, I'll pop them on the screen. And then nosy on down into Mosedale. Slight cornices left in the gullies here. Beautiful, beautiful area. Over there is Seatallen. There's quite a long gap between Haycock and that. And then just appearing now is Middle Fell, where I'll end the day, so quite a decent round to go yet. Let's just start knocking off peaks soon, beginning with Red Pike, which I thought I'd already done, and it's just up here. Hey, summit number 2. Red Pike. I'll let myself a rest. Yeah, wow. Two down. Oh, this here are massive. Okay then, next objective is Scoat Fell. That's number 3. Just appearing below me now is Seatallen. You should get some better views of that on the way up the fell there. So then, start of a steep grassy ascent, and then hopefully we should get some better views to the north and into Ennerdale. As I got to the base of it, and there's 2 paths skirting either side of it. So I've just struck off straight up towards the summit. A little bit bouldery. Got views to the north now as well, over the wall. Across the wall actually. Ah, there's the first view of Steeple. I'm guessing this just appears the summit. So then, summit of Scoat Fell. It's number 3 to date. This little cairn on here. And once I've nipped out to Steeple and back, it's following this wall all the way to Haycock. So then, this cairn marks the start of the traverse to Steeple. Described as a narrow ridge. That shouldn't be too bad. There's hopefully no ice about, and the summit's just there. So then, the traverse to Steeple. Ennerdale water. Absolutely stunning. It's just the amount of times we've travelled to Mosedale and like the areas near it and just had terrible weather. Look at it today, that is gorgeous. So, nothing too difficult here, just got to watch out for little ice patches here and there. Some of this ground's frozen as well. Obviously quite a big runoff if you did have a fall. Pretty solid. Here we are in Steeple. Short and sweet. Oh. Cracking views down to Ennerdale. I think we're going to have Another bit of a bite to eat here. So my route onwards, I'm going to go back across the traverse onto Little Scoat Fell and then follow the wall onto Haycock, which is there. Okay, so I've come back across the traverse and across the stile now, follow the wall all the way to Haycock, which is over in that direction. I know this might look a bit extreme, but I didn't bring any sunglasses, so I'll have to do. But you know, look pretty cool. Well, this is what you want after a morning of slippy rocks and slogging it. A nice bouncy grassy path. We're really picking up the pace now. Last push up here then. A couple of little snow patches, but other than that it's been really pleasant, really easy going now. None of the icy rocks I've had earlier on in the day. And yeah, when we're on this one there's a good rest coming up because the gap between this and the next one's a little bit bigger. Oh. Okay, so I didn't film a great deal on top of there, but now I'm heading this general direction towards Seatallen. There's something called Garda Crag. Now have a quick look, see which is the best way down. There is a route here, so well, we'll find it. As you can see, this path's certainly not obvious, but it's just skirting this crag to the right. And then you come back round, skirt another crag. So far, it's been fairly easy going. Wouldn't like to come up this way, mine. It's a clear path running down now. So you see some craggy sections there. Alright, so that's looking back up to the crag that I've just come down. Fairly easy in these conditions. There's multiple routes down by the looks of it. A lot of scree runs. Path I took picked its way through the rocks. And now I'm going to cross this boggy expanse. It's really hot now. Really, really hot. The views over to Scarfell Pike are awesome. You see Mickledore really clearly there. And Broadstand, Scarfell. Absolutely fantastic. This is some boggy terrain. Nice and bouncy though. Look at that view of Haycock. So much more imposing than from that side. There's somebody descending the other side of the ridge as well. Okay, then I'm just about to start ascending again. We go up to the ridge line and then turn right to the summit. Pretty straightforward. Looks steep, looks grassy. We're heading next half hour, 45 minutes maybe. I mean, although the terrain I'm on is pretty mundane, just over there the views are incredible. Oh, I'm nearly at the top now. You just see how steep this thing is. Oh, thought it looked like it might shallow out on the ridge, but it's probably steeper in all fairness. Still got the Scarfell range, Kirk Fell, Great Gable there as well for company. I think you can just see over towards Great End there as well at the back. What an awesome day. There's Haycock where I've just come from, and Corfell, which was the other one, is on that ridge somewhere. We've been a long walk out and back. It's lovely and cool now. Hey, Summit Trig. Whew. That's a nice one. Hey. Oh, there's a trig. Yeah. Oh. Minion. It's been, because when I first started I thought, wow, I'm going to be a long time on this, and I was kind of expecting to get to Middle Fell for sunset. Yeah, but it's 1 o'clock currently, so I'm not going to wait around sunset. What I'm going to do is get down to the lake here, have a bit of a rest, probably dip my feet in the lake onto Middle Fell, and then just take my time getting back to the car so that I can find a route down and into Greendale. I think it is. I think it's Greendale. I'm getting all these valleys wrong. I'll find a route down to the valley, get right quick to the car, otherwise no, Greendale is the other way. So yeah, otherwise I can come off the end of the peak to Greendale, and that'll take me along the road that I came in on this morning. Awesome day. Oh, it's been amazing. It really has been amazing. When you get to this point where you start to savour it just that little bit more, you know it's soon coming to an end. Right, so leaving Seatallen sort of easternly direction. There's loads and loads of paths jutting out all over the place. I'm not entirely sure which one I need to take, but I've got to head this way. I should see a route down. The lake's a little bit further from the route than what I was expecting, but it'd be so rude not to go and have a look at that a bit closer. Yeah, so the route down to the tarn is extremely boggy, so I'm going to miss it out just for this one. Just going to head along and up onto there, have lunch somewhere up there. Yeah, looks like bit of a route heading across here. Oh, so found the path, just cut up the hillside, up some small crag, and it's just on the other side, so it's got some good height gain. I'm absolutely knackered. You really do get some of the best views from the smallest peaks. Up into the sunshine. It's so hot. That's it then, 7 down. No more ups. I think what I'm going to do is head back down. Just the normal route to the road rather than trying to find one down through the crags there. And go a stroll along the road alongside Westwater. I'm parked around halfway between where I'll come out and where I started, so should be alright, but great day all the same. If you made it this far in the video and you enjoyed it, please subscribe or like it and comment, whatever. I'll never stop coming to the hills, but people showing interest in what you're doing really drives you on to keep creating the video, keep bringing the camera. And I started it all as a personal blog, a personal log of what I've been doing and stuff, just to remember when I'm old. Yeah, help some other people out with routes and stuff, and that's great as well. Oh, where am I next? So all being well, this Saturday then I'll be up in the Mosedale Fells, up in the far north of the lakes, up near Bassenthwaite Lake. A lot smaller fells, more akin to these last two I've done than the earlier ones. It's about a 7 mile one, so it's quite a short one. I think this was about 14 miles today. The crow's giving his bit. Take some footage on the way down, and thanks for watching. I'll leave you with some photos when I finish the video.